Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh
All right,
man.
dude. Do y'all want to know what we were talking about? Dude, tell
Okay. So back in 97-ish, um, Rolf and I were really into apologetics, and I was, man, I really was into it. So we were doing this thing called counter cult apologetics within the Christian movement, and some Mormons had come to my door. I had a conversation with them. They handed me the Book of Mormon. They told me to read it, and they told me they would be back the next week. I must have read 7 books in that one week, preparing for these guys
them.
to come back over. And I asked Raphael to come over because Raphael had been studying apologetics for a lot longer than I had. Um, and so Raphael came over. I had this futon chair in the back, and Raphael's reclined on this futon chair. These guys are sitting on the couch. I am sitting on the coffee table right in front of these guys, leaned over into them. I mean, it was just, oh, I look back, it's so embarrassing. And so these guys open up their conversation and they say, "So, what did you think of the book?" And my opening statement to them was, "Well, I think Joseph Smith is a wacko." That's the very first thing I said to these guys. They stayed very calm and they said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, first of all, the guy got arrested and went to jail." And they looked at me and they said, "Well, Jesus was arrested." And it just completely threw me off of my track. And guys, they put me on this train of thinking and I could not get off of it. They turned me into a pretzel for about 10, 15 minutes. I was sitting, I was bright red.
Sweating.
I was sweating and I kept turning around and looking backwards at Raphael like, um, with this look of friend to friend going, "Bro, help me out right now." And Raph did not say a word. So finally, after about 10 or 15 minutes, Raphael, he sits up and he asks them 2 questions. I don't even remember what those questions
I don't
were.
know.
And they were completely floored. They had no answer for Raphael. And they said, "Well, let us get back to you with those answers. We'll be back next week." Well, they never came back.
Of course.
But what happened was when I shut the door, when those guys left, if Rolf had not been my friend, it would have been a man to fist conversation. I was really upset. And I looked at Rolf and I was like, "Dude, why didn't you help me? Why didn't you say anything?" And he looked at me and he said, "Because you didn't care anything about those people. All you cared about was winning an argument." Oh,
Man, uh, it was really interesting time. I mean, it totally reminds me of the devotional book that we're reading right now. And a couple of days ago, I read something that basically said we have the tendency to seize on differences. And when we seize on differences, we don't see the people and we don't see their hearts. And what we're hoping to do with our podcast is to draw out the best in people, and regardless of their backgrounds or their beliefs, to show that we can love each other and we can have good conversations with people and we can find similarities even despite our differences. It's going to be a blast.
yeah, I'm super excited about it. And kind of the in the vein of conversation you see Ralph and I having, that's how we're going to be dialoguing with the guests that we have on as well. I mean, y'all saw we already have Derek Lambert scheduled. That's going to be happening on June 9th. We've got LaRue Epler and quite a few others. So we're really excited. We're even going to have some homeschool moms. We're going to have local pastors. I mean, this is going to run the gamut of faith-based systems and different types of dialogues. And it's just going to be conversational. It's just going to be kickback conversation, having a good time, not combative, and it will be unbelievably thought provoking, don't you think?
Oh man, it's going to be great. I think it's going to show people that there can be unity despite our differences.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
So if y'all are digging this idea, please, as my 11-year-old would say, smash that like and subscribe button or whatever it is. We've already got one on the channel, but make sure and go do that. Comment in the comment section if you have any thoughts on guests that you might want us to interview or ideas you have for the podcast. We're definitely open to them, and we really appreciate your support of just listening in. So
Yeah.
we'll see you guys soon.
Bye bye.